What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be walking through the entire process of how I made my song Sunsets in LA. A lot of you have been asking me about it on Instagram, how I made it, so I'm going to show you guys the entire process, show you guys everything. So hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you learned something. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into the video. All right, guys, so like I said, we're going to be walking through my song Sunsets in LA. So I'm screen recording and we're going to walk through this project here. I actually haven't been into this project in a long time, so who knows what's going on in here. So to start off, let's see what we have here. So this is like one of my first songs where I really wanted to lock in and make like a great intro. So as the first thing you probably hear is this. So what that is, it looks like it's just this note right here. And I'm just messing with the pitch bend. What else do we have here? So it looks like, so we have this atmospheric effect. And that's obviously just one note. So like, that's super simple, something you guys can put into yours as well. I just picked one note, put it in there. Then you also have these chords. And then when you have everything together, so I love those guitars, and that's actually from a Nexus expansion called, and then I played this melody over top of it. And when you add that with that simple note down below it, so then now that you have those nice guitars, you have the chords. I love this intro. Like, this is probably one of my favorite intros I've made. But let's get into these drums. So first off, when you first get into this little intro here, you have this reversed kick. Something simple. And then you also have this reverse snare, just to kind of rise into this little intro section. So with the drums now, so I think I have a lot of drums here in this intro, but we have this little percussion loop. We have the kick and the snare. Then we have all these other like hi-hats and hits and things, so listen to this. And then the last thing I added was this little percussion, and it has like a little echo on it, so listen to this. So like those drums by themselves are moving pretty nicely. And then when you add that with that nice guitar and those chords, as we move along here, we get into this build-up section. So some basic like effect sounds. What else do we have for the drop? So basically it's just those effect sounds, and then you guys have seen this video on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, like how I made this transition. And what you have here is that repeating melody that just kind of rises up. And so what that is just a high cut. Whoa, I don't know why it looks like that, but it's a high cut. and then it just leads right into the drop. And what I did was I took everything away. So obviously, listen. So right before that drop, I give 4 bars where I take everything away, or not 4 bars, one bar where I take everything away, and all I have left is this guitar. And then I have that melody that rises up that we had. And then we have that reverse kick and that reverse snare from the beginning. So everything gets kind of like sucked up into the drop, and then it all releases when the drop hits. So you guys, if you are a fan of this song, you know what this drop sounds like, but let's get into the drop now. All right, so I absolutely love that drop. Probably one of my favorite drops I've ever made. But let's start with the chords. So layered 4 different chords here. So obviously those are like dipping a lot. That's because I have a side chain on them. And side chaining is you just take your compressor, and I have it side changed to my kick side, like just my kick, and it will dip every time the kick hits. So I have this kick down here that's muted, but that is what my side chain is. So every time the kick hits, they dip, like if you can see on this one. But you can really go into any compressor. In Logic, it just said side chain up here, and you click what you want it to side chain to. So I pick my kick, and every time it hits, so you can see how that affected the instrument. It dips down every time that kick hits, so it makes the kick hit a little bit harder. So then we do that also with, we sidechain everything. So we sidechain the bass as well. And I have a pretty heavy sidechain on there, like it's really dipping. You don't need that much, but I was just trying to do something different, try something weird for this one. So then you have these guitar melodies up here. And that was played just by me. I don't even remember how I played it, but I did play it, and I was just messing with the pitch bend on the left side of my piano, and I layered it with a super saw as well. So it's like just the guitar lead that you hear in the beginning, and yeah, and then the last thing you have is this crash effect. So the kick and the snare are really the only drums going on in the drop. And honestly, other than that, that's really it for this drop. I mean, I guess I kept this guitar in here. Actually, I don't think I meant to. This does not keep going. So yeah, that's really it. And you just have a nice drop. I mean, I wish it was more complicated, but layering your sounds is super important, guys. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sounds for the chords, a big saw bass. So if you want like these full drops, I have 2 leads. So you really want to make them fuller. Honestly, I think this could be even a little bit fuller, but in the second half of the drop, I do bring back this guitar. You can hear that right here. there's that guitar sound from the intro, which is the same sound as the lead. So like you give the listener a little bit of a hint of what's to come, and then you bring it all in for the drop. So coming back into this little second part, I added some strings. Okay, this is another cool part. So remember that reverse snare and kick? Like I literally have it repeating throughout the entire song. Whenever I want to transition, it's a great little transition tip. So look at this. So this time I do it, but I bring everything into a low cut. Everything into a high cut. And then we rise everything up. Bring back in our effects. And so for the second drop, I played this lead. I probably freestyled it. That's really how I make my leads, is I just mess around on the piano, and it sounds like this. So just to have a different drop, and then in the second half of it, it all goes back to the original lead. But just mixing up that second drop can really help people look forward to something in the song and keep listening throughout your song. So let's go back to that build up again. And so for the second drop, guys, like you really have all the same sounds. I have the same chords, the same bass. The only thing I really switched up was that first 8 bars of that second lead. They're still layered with the same sounds. And that is really it, guys. I mean, it definitely was not an easy song to make, but like you can see, it's not overly complex, right? I mean, there's an intro, a first drop, like kind of a bridge section, and then a big second drop. But I really do love this song, guys. Probably my favorite song I put out, but yeah. All right, guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the walkthrough of Sunsets in LA. I'll leave the link down to my Spotify. You guys can listen to it. Follow me on Spotify. I release songs every 3 weeks. And I actually have a song coming out on July 24th called Nightfall. So that one is so dope as well, with 3M official music. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Peace.